Have you ever felt like you're just a character in someone else's story? That's exactly how I felt with Clara. Our life together, what I thought was our beautiful shared story, turned out to be a game she was playing. A game she thought she was winning, right up until the very last move. It all started subtly, as these things often do. A late night at the office here, a new work friend named Alex there. I trusted her. Why wouldn't I? We had built a life together, shared dreams, whispered secrets in the dark. Trust was the foundation of our marriage, but slowly cracks started to appear in that foundation. The late nights became more frequent. Her phone, once left casually on the coffee table, was now her constant, guarded companion. When I'd ask about her day, the answers became vague, polished stories that felt rehearsed. The loving, present woman I married was being replaced by a stranger. Her laughter seemed a little too loud when she was on the phone, her smiles a little too bright when a text came through. The intimacy we shared, the easy comfort of just being together, evaporated. It was replaced by a tense silence, a distance I couldn't seem to cross no matter how hard I tried. I'd reach for her hand, and she'd pull away, citing tiredness or stress from work. The excuses were flimsy, but I wanted to believe them. Oh, how I wanted to believe them. My friends saw it before I did. "Are you guys okay?" they'd ask, their voices laced with a concern I wasn't ready to acknowledge. I'd defend her, make excuses for her. "She's just stressed," I'd say, a hollow echo in my own ears. But deep down, the seed of doubt had been planted, and it was growing, its thorny vines wrapping around my heart. The man in the mirror looked tired, his eyes holding a sadness I didn't recognize. The constant anxiety was a knot in my stomach. Was I going crazy? Was I just being insecure? Clara was a master at making me feel that way. The moment of truth came not with a bang but with a quiet click. A shared cloud account, forgotten from a family vacation years ago. An automatic photo sync she had never turned off. I wasn't snooping, not really. I was just organizing old files, trying to distract myself. And then I saw them. Pictures. Not of her and her work friends at a conference, but of her and Alex, on a beach, holding hands, kissing. The background wasn't a sterile convention center. It was a romantic getaway. The dates lined up perfectly with her business trip from the month before. The air left my lungs. The world tilted on its axis. It wasn't just suspicion anymore. It was cold, hard proof. Every lie, every excuse, every time she made me feel like I was the crazy one, it all came crashing down. The pain was immense, a physical blow that buckled my knees. But through the searing agony, a strange clarity emerged. The fog of confusion and self-doubt lifted. I wasn't the problem. Her betrayal was the problem. For a moment I thought about confrontation. Screaming, crying, demanding an explanation. But what for? To hear more lies? To watch her try to twist the narrative again? No. She saw this as a game, a complicated dance of deceit where she was the star player. She thought she was so clever, so far ahead of me. She probably got a thrill from it, juggling two lives, feeling desired and powerful. She thought I was just a pawn, a stable home base to return to after her adventures. But I wasn't a pawn. And this wasn't a game I was going to play by her rules anymore. I wasn't going to let her have the dramatic scene she probably craved. I wasn't going to give her the satisfaction of watching me break. My pain was mine, not a spectacle for her entertainment. So I took a deep breath, and I started to plan my own final move. It wouldn't be loud or dramatic. It would be quiet, efficient, and absolute. Over the next 2 weeks, I became an actor myself. I played the part of the oblivious, loving husband she expected me to be. I made her dinner. I asked about her day. I smiled and nodded, all while my heart was a block of ice. Inside, I was a whirlwind of activity. I met with a lawyer. I carefully separated our finances. I found a new apartment. I packed my most important belongings when she was at work. Each box I packed felt like a step towards freedom. Each document I signed was a quiet declaration of my own worth. She didn't notice a thing. She was too wrapped up in her own world, too confident in her own cleverness. She was so busy playing her game, she never once thought to look at the board and see that I was no longer playing. She saw my calm demeanor not as the quiet resolve it was, but as blissful ignorance. That was her biggest mistake. She underestimated me. She underestimated the quiet strength that comes when a person decides they've had enough. The final day came. It was a normal Tuesday morning. She was getting ready for work, humming a tune as she put on her makeup, probably planning her next rendezvous with Alex. I made coffee, just like always. I handed her a cup, and she smiled, a casual, dismissive smile. "Have a good day at work?" I said, my voice even. "You too, honey," she replied, pecking me on the cheek before walking out the door. She had no idea she was walking out of our life forever. An hour later, her phone buzzed. It wasn't a loving text from me. It was an email from my lawyer. It contained the divorce papers I had filed, along with a simple, clear message from me. It said, "The game is over. I know everything. The keys to your new life are on the kitchen counter." I wasn't there to see her reaction. I didn't need to be. I could imagine it, though. The confident smirk dropping from her face. The confusion, then the panic, then the dawning horror as she realized she hadn't been the player. She had been the one who was played. In one single, silent move, I had checkmated her. I had ended the game. I was at my new apartment, a simple, clean space that was all mine. The sun was streaming through the window, and for the first time in months, I could breathe. There was no victory lap, no triumphant celebration, just a profound sense of peace. The storm was over. I had taken back my story, my life. I had chosen myself over the illusion she had created. The pain was still there, a dull ache where my heart used to be, but it was now mixed with a powerful sense of relief and hope. This wasn't about revenge. It was about reclaiming my dignity. It was about refusing to be a background character in my own life. Sometimes, the most powerful move you can make is to quietly walk away, to end the game on your own terms, and to start writing a new chapter where you are the hero. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever felt lost in someone else's games, know that you have the power to pick up the pieces and build something new and beautiful for yourself. If you found this story meaningful, please consider liking and subscribing for more. Take care of yourselves.